2 minutes behind and I want to honor our time. So before we start our playlist, let's just find some space in our space and spread our toes out on our mat or on our hardwood floor. You just kind of notice what's going on from the foundation all the way up to the ceiling, right? So just kind of maybe close your eyes, stand up tall. Notice if when you're standing, you're kind of hunched forward or kind of jutting back, and see if you can kind of neutralize, all right? So let's take a deep breath in together, reach it up. As you lift up out of the ribs, roll the shoulders back and pocket the shoulders in, and then exhale the arms down. Let's do that 2 more times just to kind of get our mind and body connected. Deep breath in, reach up, look up. And exhale, slide the arms back down to the sides. Last one. Can you engage the abdominal wall as you reach up and look up? And then exhale, pushing the air out of the mouth. Good. Okay, so we're going to get it for real started. Playlist. We're going to hit play as a team in 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. And we'll come back to our space for our 4-minute warm-up. So in the warm-up, this pretty basically gets us prepared for what's about to come in class. Okay, so some of these movements may seem redundant, but that's good because we get that muscle group warm. So feet as wide as a mat. I drop into my squat. I'm gonna lean over to one side, come back to my squat, lean over to the other side, come back, rise, roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do it again. Drop down into the squat, lean back through center, lean back through center, rise and shoulder roll. One more time, drop into that squat, lean back through center, lean back through center, rise and roll. Good, we're gonna take that right leg across and back, across and back. So I love using my mat because then I can kind of know my landscape, where I'm at in my space. Good, keep on going with that. I'm gonna let someone in. Yes, let's do 2 more on the right side and go to the left. So I come across the hip in front. Yes, let's do a few more of those. Chest stays lifted. Beautiful, team. Start to tap into that diaphragmatic breath. If you just entered, I just wrote in the chat everything you need. We're using a single dumbbell, a mini band, and a mat. Shoes are optional. Props are optional. Last one on the left. And let's go ahead and go with some jumping jacks. If you're not jumping today, it's totally cool. You come down to that half jack. My main goal here is to get the shoulders warm. So if you have any sort of shoulder work or shoulder impingement or anything feeling not great in the shoulders today, you can modify with a smaller range of motion, right? I could come here. Yeah, when are these over? Just a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back yourself up to the back of your mat. Bring your feet a little closer together. Drop into a squat, hands come to the mat, lift your hips. Drop into a squat, hands come to the mat, lift your hips. From the side, I look like this. I'm dropping into a little squat, hands come to the floor, fingertips, and come back. Just warming up those hamstrings. Heels stay grounded on the floor. Let's do 2 more. Last one, we're gonna walk it out to plank, please. So from this position, hands underneath the shoulders, press the mat away from you. Bring one knee into the tricep, kick it back. Do it a few more times. Yep, pull the abdominals in. Last one on the right. Let's go over to the left. Lift and extend. Lift and extend. Push that heel back. You feel that gluteal start to fire off. Yes, you've got 3, 2, and 1. Set both feet back on the mat. Plank position. Walk your hands back to your feet. Rise to stand. Hip circle, speed bag across. Hip circle, speed bag. Don't hit yourself in the face. I did this earlier and I almost did. Hip circle, speed bag. Nice, one more time. Speed bag across. And last but not least, step yourself to the top of your mat. Transverse lunge. Same leg. I'll call this a Spider-Man lunge. I'm aiming to the back corner, my straight leg in the front. Yeah, one more time. And let's go to the other side. We've got 8, 7, 6. So if you just got into the room and you're like, I'm not quite warm, just remember we're starting with cardio. So it's almost like the warm up, okay? Give me one more. And then walk to your screen, give yourself a quick high five, quick sip of water if you need it. We're starting with cardio. First action, we're gonna start right at the top with our squat and side bend. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squat, reach, rise. Squat, reach, rise. Squat, I lean to one side. I keep the knees bent. If you can touch the floor, well, good for you. If you can't, also good for you. What we're trying to do in this squat is get a full side bend without letting the feet leave the ground. I love this. It's a great like Monday, I'm ready for the day kind of a feel. 3, 2, 1. Oop, lost my balance. Walk yourself to the back of the mat. Good, just like in the warm-up, deep squat, walk it out to plank. Walk it back to your squat, calf raise. Deep squat, walk it out, walk it back, stand in calf raise. You can move quicker than me, or you can move slower than me. It is up to you. What we're working on is heart rate. So you should feel some energy percolating. You've got 9 more seconds. Wherever you're at, let's see if we can just keep on trucking with it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Step yourself to the center of the mat. Right leg crosses and comes into that transverse. Cross, transverse. Across the hip of the left to the right corner of the space. I'm off the heel here. I'm digging into the heel here. Off and back on. Coming across in a diagonal, right? So if I'm facing, this is my front, I'm crossing the hip, I'm aiming to the back. Cross, aim back. Arms can be anywhere for counterbalance. We're switching sides in 4, 3, 2, switch your feet. Left across to the right, left to the back corner. Left across, left to the back. My right foot is my main stabilizing foot. Good, you got it. Almost there. Got about 20 seconds. So I'm working this transverse plane, i.e. I'm rotating my torso. Transverse plane work. You got about 10 more seconds to go. Between each round, I'll give you 30 seconds. Between each block, I'll give you a minute. This is 3, this is 2, and that is time. Okay, so pretty simple. There's some complexity to it. In the second round, I'll offer up some additional challenges. Should you be ready and willing, right? No pressure if not. So far, so good. I'm gonna make sure everybody's muted and away we go, okay? 5 seconds, you're gonna start to center your mat, feet as wide as your mat apart. 3, 2, 1, here we go. It's squat, lean, rise. Squat, lean, rise. Woo, you got it. I'm reaching, I'm adding those arms behind my back to engage the back body. Weight in the heels, weight in the entire foot. What I love about this cardio move at the top of our workout, it is no impact. So it really can be done by a lot of different bodies. Stick with it, you got 8 seconds. Next up, we've got that walk out. Let's add a push-up if we want. This is 3, 2, walk yourself to the back of your mat, feet about hip width apart. Squat, hands come to the floor. Walk it out, push up, walk it back, rise into that calf raise, squat it down low, walk it out, push up optional. You don't have to. the side, I squat down low, my hips in alignment with my knees as much as they can be, whatever, if it's not there, it's fine. Walk it out, push up optional, walk it back. See how I'm bending my knees, I land in my heels, I rise into that calf raise. 5, 4, 3, 2, wherever you're at, step to the center of your mat. Left foot comes across the right and behind the right. So if you were looking for a little bit more, we're gonna add those arms. Twist across, open out. Twist across, open out. Big inhale. Exhale back, leg is straight, leg is bent. Straight, bent. This requires some thought, which is great. We're getting our mind body connected today. Team, we're switching legs in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go across. Oops, that's the same leg. I was like, hang on, that feels very similar because it is. Yeah. Big inhale. Add the arms if you'd like. That's the added bonus for this movement. Woo! It's my standing leg, my left leg, that starts to go, okay, all right, you. All my body weight transfers on the travel. We've got 9 seconds, 1 minute recovery. We'll do a quick reset and we'll move into our strength block. This is 2 and time. Okay, we did it. Good. You won't see that block again. You won't see those moves again. Put them away and we're moving into strength. So right now, if you're feeling breathless, couple deep breaths in, slow exhales. If you're not, moving into strength, you'll need your single heavier dumbbell. If you don't have that, whatever works is good for me. Okay, so this requires some balance and strength. You're resting. I'm showing you what's up. We're balancing on the left. We're going to take it into a hinge, reaching for the pinky toe. Rise up, rack. Bring it into both hands in my squat. Return. Hinge. Rise and rack. Hands come in front of the heart. Return. It's really difficult. Land your foot when you need to. We're going to go in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Single leg balance. So if I'm balancing on my left, my right hand has the dumbbell. Single hinge, sumo. Single hinge, wide squat. Hands come together. Single hinge, rack and squat. Single hinge. Good news. You'll do this on the other side immediately, so it's in your brain. Left leg is balancing first for me. So in round 2, I would start with my right leg balancing first. We're done in 3, 2, switch your foot. So right foot down, switch your hand to your left. Inhale to hinge. Whoop. See, it's not perfect. Rise up, rack, catch it. Inhale to hinge. Rise, rack, and catch. Listen, if you're like me and one side of your body is like, no way, you go slower. Showing this to you from the side because I think it's helpful to see my profile. Take it slow. The strength section of this class is not about speed. It's about range of motion, healthy movement in the joints that's pain-free, okay? Nice, you got 6 more seconds. Let's see if we can get one more in there. Woo. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring your feet as wide as your mat. Bring the weight back to the right hand. Hinge, double, narrow row. Rise and switch. Hinge, double row. Rise and switch. Showing this to you from the side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I have my other hand out for to the side for balance, but I can always place it on my low back. Listen, if your back looks like a turtle, don't go as far. Just hinge here. Pull that elbow back. Hinge and pull. 3, 2, and 1. I want you to bring it into a kneel position. Good. Hands holding the dumbbell. Go around in a halo one direction, then go around in the other direction. You want to make sure to maintain that gluteal tuck. One direction, like the band, and the other direction. I think they're broken up though, so who cares, right? Slow and controlled, just getting that shoulder work symmetrically in an alternated fashion. Squeeze your seat muscles. You've got 10 more seconds in this strength section, set 1. This is 3, this is 2, and that is time. This is your 30-second recovery. Do what you need to do here, and we'll move into that second round. Quick sip of water if you need it. Okay, so I said this when we were here. I'm balancing on my right foot. You're in recovery. Right foot means my left hand has the dumbbell. I'm adding a press, okay? So it's gonna be a hinge, squat, reach, return, okay? It's a lot, but you know, let's be extra today. Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Hinge, goblet rack, press. Rise, single leg balance. Pinky toe touch, goblet press, rise. Inhale, exhale, inhale. This requires a pretty strong connection to the abdominals. Stay low in that squat when you reach the bell over your head. It's in front of you. I'll show this to you from the side. I'm hinging, I'm touching for that pinky toe, racking, pressing in my squat. 3, 2, switch your feet. Switch your hand as well. Single leg hinge, rack, goblet press. Bring it back into that hand. Split it. The press doesn't have to be big. If you notice in my squat position, my arms just barely elevate over my crown. That's perfect. All right, so we're still doing work. You're looking good, you're feeling good, you're smelling okay. You got 8, 7, 6. I think we have time for one more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Step your feet together now. Hinge, double narrow row. That means my palm faces in, rise and switch. Hinge, double narrow row. My knees are bent. Hinge, double row. If it doesn't feel like it's too difficult, take the other hand behind the ear, elbow out of your peripheral vision from the side. With my feet together, I challenge my balance a little bit more aggressively. You should see your toes beyond your knees. So you're sinking your hips back. I think I just did 3 rows, but it is what it is, right? Almost there. 3, 2, come to your half kneel position. Good. Toes untucked, big halo, reverse. Go slow and see if you can make it larger, right? So from the front, it might not look like much. Maybe from the side, you'll see how far away my hands can get. I'm drawing the largest halo across my crown, around it, as I can. So we're almost done with block number 2. We'll get our minute rest and we'll move into core work in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's time. You do not need your dumbbell for the next section of class. You will need your mini band and your mat. So you're in your minute rest. I'll show you what you have going on because this one's a little tricky. If you don't have a band, a towel will work. So I don't have a towel with me, but if you have a towel, you'll place it along your bottom of your foot. Okay, so watch and learn, and then we'll do this together. So you're gonna start in a seated position. The band is gonna go underneath your foot on the right. You're gonna hold the band with both of your hands. Float your foot, roll back, rise up, tap. Float, rise, tap. We're there for 45. We're on the other side for 45. Rock back, rise up, bottom toes tap the top heel. That's your second 45. Your third action, the band will go along the thighs. We'll talk about it when we get there, because guess what time it is? It's time. Place it underneath your right foot, rock and roll back. So I'm rocking, rising, finding my stability, tap the toe. What if this is just a little too much for you? Then in that case, you'll take the hands behind the knees, you're gonna rock back, you're gonna rise and pause. So you'll get an opportunity to do that for the minute and a half, meaning you'll do this on the other side as well. If it feels like it's easy, straighten both legs out. That will make things exponentially more challenging. 4, 3, 2, switch your sides. I'm gonna show this to you from the side here. It's underneath my left foot now. My legs may be straight. Tap, roll back, rise up, tap, roll back, rise up. So notice when I roll back, I'm not rolling to the back of my head. I'm rolling to my bra line and then rising up and finding balance on my sits bones here. Yeah, you got about 20 more seconds to work on it, right? And so the modification, should you just be like, this isn't working, I don't like rocking back, I could roll back, pause, take my hands behind my knees and lift myself up. Target is the abdominal wall, okay? You've got 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Place the band above your knees. Once you're there, modified side plank. We're on the left knee, left hand, right leg extended. Lift, lift and bring it in. Lift 1, lift and bring it in. Lift 1, lift and bring it in. Lift, lift and bring it in. So you're doing a leg lift into a crunch. A leg lift into a crunch. Showing this to you head on, right? So from my foot. I lift the leg, then I lift it again, bring it in. Lift the leg, lift it again, bring it in. It's tough, but you're tough. We're done in 3, 2, and 1. Nice, Lindsay. Place it on the other side. Hand to the knee, same and same. Hand behind the head. Lift, lift and curl. Lift, lift and curl in. Lift, lift and curl in. I love using these cloth bands because they don't move. So if you have a latex band and it's moving on you, I say just take it off, don't worry about it, because this is a tough one to have a band that moves on your leggings, okay? So just listen to what you need. Lift again, connect, lift. In fact, if you don't have a band, you're probably going, yeah, I can still feel the work. We're working oblique, we're working through that abdominis, rectus abdominis, and of course I'm getting the outer hip. 4, 3, 2, and that's time. Okay, so that's your first set of the core. Anything not working, feel free to let me know. Hi, Diana. Hi, Holly. Thanks for coming to class. Okay, so take the band off. It goes along your left foot first. Take a seat on your back or on your butt, and we go in about 5 seconds. So if you want to make this harder, legs are straight. 3, 2, and 1. Roll it back, rock it up, tap it. Roll it back, rock it up, tap it. I'm flexing my feet so I can feel the activity in my quads and my abdominals. So they are working as a team right now. Yeah, sometimes the quads get like a negative connotation because we don't want to turn them on, but in this case I say turn them on. Rock it back, tap it in. Beautiful. It's actually harder to use a light band here because I don't get as much pull, right? I don't get as much connection. It's like a lot more having to stabilize through the arms. So light band would be difficult. Heavier band would be easier in this instance. This is 2 and 1. Switch your feet. So I'm back to the right foot. My start foot on the first set. My second foot on my second set. I always want to try to alternate my start legs or arms. Working right in that abdominis. Tuck your chin. You're looking down at your legs. You got about 20 more seconds on this action. Good, and you will not do this again today. Notice what's going on in the upper body, upper back. I'm looking right at my kneecaps here. Nice, team. 10 more seconds. Band goes on the thighs, right, in 3, in 2, and in 1. Good. Band goes across the thighs, not the knees. Good. Right and right. Left leg lifts. So I'm on the right knee, right hand. Opposite hand behind the ear. Lift. Lift again. Crunch. Lift. Lift again. Crunch. Can you keep a pretty strong lift? So you're working a lot of the hip here, but I'm also working my side body. What's going on with my standing hand? Make sure that the elbow is nice and strong and straight. It's not locked. And the shoulder is plugged into the socket. Yeah? Lift, lift again, connect. Lift, lift again, connect. Less is more. You're 4 seconds away from the second side. 2 and 1, switch. Onto the left hand, left knee. Right leg lifts, lifts again, connects. Right leg lifts, lifts again, connects. Take a look at my shoulders here. I'm not rounding down. I'm trying to keep myself pretty perpendicular to my ground. My fingers are stacked underneath my shoulders. Lift, lift again, connect. When you return from that connection, can you lift that leg another inch higher to post-exhaust the outer hip? We got 15 more seconds. You won't see this again. It is my promise. Woo! Hello, hips. 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, so take a quick rest, quick sip of water. We're gonna keep the mini band on. So if you have it on, you can just leave it where it's at. So you got about 45 seconds to rest right now. We bring our weight back into our equation because we're moving into our strength set next. So I'm using that single 12-pound dumbbell. We're gonna start standing. You're resting right now to show you what you're up to. Circular curl, turn the palm, press, come back. Circular curl, turn the palm, and press, okay? One arm only. Then of course we'll do the other arm. And then the reason the band is on is what we're up to for the next 2 activities, which I'm gonna show you on the floor from the side. I'm gonna grab for my bicep, hips lift, elbow bends in, out, hips lower, okay? We'll go over it a little bit more aggressively when we get there. Timer starts right here. Circular curl, turn the palm out, press. Return, circular curl, turn the palm out, press. Return, circular curl, we're working that shoulder head. Return, circular curl. I'm already feeling the right shoulder having to work, the abdominals having to brace. Notice what's going on in your feet. How are you standing on your feet? Take a look. And then also keep the knees soft. I call it an athletic stance. Pull and press. One more time, pull and press. Gorgeous, let's switch the arms. Right arm out to the side, left arm. Circular curl, turn the palm out, press. So if you're like me and you are right-handed, your left arm is like, wait a second. We're not the star of the show usually. So extra mindfulness, extra attention to how does this feel? How is this supporting me? How am I using my breath to assist? We're done in 10 seconds. Knees are soft. Use that exhale. Good. You got time for one more. This is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to your mat. So I'm on my back for a moment. I'm back to my right arm. My left hand is going to brace my bicep. My hips will lift. I bend in, I press out, I lower down. Bend in, press out, lower. Lift, bend in, press out, and lower. Lift. I'm bending right at the elbow. So the nice thing about having my hand across my bicep is I know exactly where I need to bend. It's like a brace. Working that tricep directly over my chest cavity. You've got 5 seconds left. We'll switch it out right after this rep is over. Good, switch the hands. Palm faces down, arm braces. It's hips up, bend, extend, lower down. Hips up, you're right along your chest line. So if you're bending in and you're like, I'm hitting my jaw, you're too far up. So if you look at me, this is why I'm turned profile. I can focus on a nice alignment. I mean, I'm obviously working my back because I'm having to lift and lower the hips, but it's definitely not what I would consider the star of the show here. Push that arm straight directly over the nipple line. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. That is the end of set 1. It's tough. So from as if I was facing the ceiling, right? I'm bracing, I'm pulling it in. It's like an I Dream of Jeannie movement. And if you're too young for that, well, look it up on the tubes, all right? All right, my friends. So we're gonna do that strength set one more time. We start with the left arm for both variations, okay? All right, I know it seems crazy, but we're here. 3, 2, and 1. Circular curl, overhead press. Do it again, circular curl. I'm gonna show this to you profile so you can see what's going on with my body in the frame. I'm coming around, turn it, press it. My whole body is staying stationary. I'm not doing any sort of like, oh, moving my stuff around, right? I'm trying to keep myself pretty static, right? So that joint that's moving is my elbow and my shoulder. Good, I only have 10 more seconds left on my left. Let's see if we can get a couple more reps in. Good, you got time for one more. And let's switch it over to our right hand. Circular curl, turn it out, press it up. Again, circular curl, turn it out, press it up. You got it, Julie, circular curl, turn and press. Good, sometimes it's nice to just brace the abdominals. Good, Dawn. Nice, Lindsay. Yes, Diana, looking good, team. So if that right arm is starting to burn, and you're like, I think the overhead press is just too much. Maybe I just do this. I return. Maybe I do this and I turn my palm out. So I just feel that engagement of the shoulder, but I'm not doing the overhead press, right? So there's a lot of different ways to split the difference. We're there in 2 and 1. Come on down to the floor. Switch the bell over to the left hand right away. So you know, you're like, okay, I'm definitely starting with my left. All right, here we go. Hips up, bend, extend, hips lower. Hips up, bend, extend, hips lower. My palm is facing my thighs. You know, what would Brittany do? She works out super hard. So I think we would all just be like, at the end of the workout, just watching her work out because I don't know how she has all that energy. Push. Goals, right? 10 more seconds. So I'm working this group right here, my triceps. Everything else, though, is stabilizing me. Switch your arms. Brace right here in the bicep. Press the hips. Extend the elbow, lower down. Team, we are almost done with our second to last block. In our final block, we come back to our cardio. And in the cardio, all we'll need is the mat. That's it. Oh, that's totally a lie. We will need our dumbbell, but don't hate me. Just the dumbbell and the mat. We've got kettlebell swings today, AKA dumbbell swings. We'll use our 12-pounder or whatever you've got around. This is 5. This is 4. I'm getting ahead of myself. 3, 2, set the hips down, rock yourself up, take your band off, sip of water if you need it. I know I do. So this is our last minute to rest before the end of the workout. We're still here, we're still kicking it. And then we'll get into our review of what we're doing. So I mentioned this, we have a single arm swing. For me, placing my hand on my low back is really helpful. Chest stays lifted, you're gonna swing in and squeeze your seat. That's effort one. From the front, I look like this. Inhale. Okay. Then, of course, we'll do our second side. It's quite cardiovascular. Second to last thing you're up to is no weight. I'll demonstrate this for you because we've got about 15 seconds. You'll start at the back of your mat. You're going to speed bag shuffle forward. And then on the way back, what are we going to do? Oh, I have you change it up and speed bag back. So it's pretty basic. And then you'll switch your sides. Are we ready? Yes. All right. Timer starts in 3, 2, right hand, 1, and begin. Drive your hips. The weight is coming along for the momentous ride, meaning I'm not using my arm. I'm not doing this with my arm. My arm is just flicking forward from the power of my seat and my hip girdle. Nice, 15 seconds. And again, if I don't have a dumbbell, maybe I'm not using that and I'm just focused on driving the hips. And you'll do that for the whole 90. 3, 2, switch the dumbbell to the left hand. Inhale, push. If your dumbbell is coming way over your head, come back to right over in alignment with the chin. Now, in the second round, I'm going to offer something more. This is just the foundation. Let's get this right first. Drive those hips. If you feel any sort of weird compression in the lower back, slow it down. Just do the squat part. Just do the squat part. Focus on that, yeah? Crawl, walk, run, sprint. Take your time. 3, 2, set your dumbbell off to the side, back yourself up. Right foot, I shuffle it forward, I reverse it, shuffle it back. Switch, shuffle it forward, shuffle it back. Switch, around, 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 don't hit yourself in the face, reverse it. Switch, around, 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 reverse it. Switch. Around, around, around. Reverse that circle. Don't hit your face. Around, around, around. So I'm leading and I'm coming backward. 5, 4, finish it out. To the back of the mat we need. Step yourself in the center. Hands come down, all the way down to the floor. Superhuman. Press yourself up. Knees come in back. Stand it up. It's plyo. Hands to the floor. All the way down. Everything up. Press your way up. Knees come in. Rise. Do it again. Full sprawl. Lift. Press yourself up. Bring it in. Rise. Again. Full sprawl. Full extension. Plank. Knees come in back. That is time. Okay. This is hard, but you're strong. So if you need a modification of that, step it out, plank position, lower yourself down, lift everything up. Forget about those legs. Just rise yourself back to stand, okay? Hands to the screens, because we're doing one more round and we're done. Monday. Timer starts in 5, 4. Grab your dumbbell, left hand, 3, 2, let's go. So it's going to be swing, pull, swing, pull, swing, pull. So last time I just did my swings. This time I'm adding a little pull. Swing, pull, swing, pull. Do I have to? Nope. You do you. Elbow bends back. So just so you can see me, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Finishing with one of my favorites. Team, you got 10 more seconds on that arm, my left arm for me. Super close. We're going to switch those arms in 3, 2, switch it up. If you decide, I want to switch my dumbbell in my hands. Pro tip, you don't switch down here, you switch here. This is where I would switch, up at the top. I don't know about you, but swings just take it out of me. So if you're in it and you're like, I need a little breather, take your time. There's no wrong answer here. We're a little over halfway. We won't do this again today. Yeah, pull it back. You got 10 seconds, a little bit less. Pull, finish it out, and set it down. You don't need it. Step yourself to the back. Left arm and back. Turn and switch. Right and back. If you don't have a lot of space, you could stand in place and just hop and hop. That works, right? So if you're like, I only have about 4 feet, the traveling's crazy, stay in place. Boxer shuffles feet back. Get that shuffle in. Listen, you see me kind of fumbling around. I'm certainly not claiming to be a boxer, but man, feels good to move this way. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, full sprawl. I'm gonna show this to you from the side. Hands come to the floor. Everything lifts. Plank position, knees come in, jumping in. Again, hands to the floor. Superman. Press it up, knees come in. This is not about how many you're completing. All those pieces together require a lot of breath work, strength, and obviously form, right? So you got time for this last one. Let's finish it out. 3, 2, done, okay? All right, so make your way over to your playlist and let's go ahead and move it to this last track called Cry on Me. So once you're there, we made it. We're gonna do a quick stretch and we'll get you out. So step your feet together, roll the shoulders back, take the arms behind the back, open up the chest cavity, but drop the chin as you extend the elbows back behind you. Good, stay right here. Walk the ear over to the shoulder. Come back through the center. Over to the other shoulder. Come back through center. Slide it into a little bit of a chair. We're gonna bend into that left knee. Start to straighten the right. Left hand comes to the floor. Right arm opens out. Wring out that right wrist. Yeah. Come back to the mat with the right fingertips. Bend into that right knee and open up on the left. Try to stack those shoulders. Let's bring out the wrist of the left. Bring both hands back to the mat. Tuck your chin. Grab for the back of the head. Give it a little massage. Just feel that stretch sensation to the back of the neck and jawline. Release the hands from the floor or from the head. Place the hands on the floor. Bend your knees and take a seat. So once we're seated, slide the legs in a diamond shape. Take the arms, peel the feet open like a book and fold into the legs. Just let the head rest here. Good, now from this position, we're gonna keep that shin bone parallel to the top of the mat. Take the other leg perpendicular, so we're in this like 90-90 position. And it might be tough to get the inner thigh down, that's okay, it's a lot of us. Take the left hand to the floor, reach the right arm over the head. Then the right hand comes behind you, left arm reaches back. Do it again, left arm to the side, right arm over. Right hand behind you, left back. Good. Release and switch the legs. So now I've got the opposite shin forward, press down. It might feel easier on this side. You know, for me, this side feels a little easier. So we're all a little different. Fingertips come down on the right. Left arm reaches over the side. Left hand comes behind you, right arm reaches back. 2 more. Over to the left. Left behind, over to the right. Last one. Big inhale, big exhale. Take the hands in front of the shin bone, slide the leg back and land in all fours. Take a look at all fours, bring the hands a little wider, shift over to one shoulder, and then over to the other. So you're stretching the front side of the shoulder head here. Feel free to let the neck relax. Do it a couple more times, and then place the hands underneath you, one cat-cow, lift. So the hips are back. Exhale to round, push the floor away from you. Sit back onto the heels of the feet, give yourself a little round of applause. That's all she wrote. Obviously, that was a pretty truncated stretch, so feel free to repeat that or do something else that feels good for your body. Next Monday, November 1, I think is the date. So hopefully I'll see you then. And then November 6th on Saturday, I'm going to host my Saturday pop-up, my Catterday class, which will be at 10:30 Pacific. So that'll be the November Saturday offering. And then in December, I'm going to split the difference. So Hanukkah happens a little earlier. So we'll do it in the middle between Hanukkah and Christmas. I think it ends up being the 13th. So mark your calendars, bring your friends, everybody's welcome. And we can chat further if you're sticking around. New video out today from March. So, all right. Go enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I will see you soon. Yay.